take a moment of silence after the drumming before we begin. Thank you, Dawn. And before I even announce my name, I'm going to ask Condor to come put a lei on you. He's flying in for the lei. Springtime flowers. Mahalo. So my name is Jean Love, and I welcome you to the Spring Equinox ceremony. We are live streaming, and we're also live here on the Lanai in the New Thought Center. So 4 times a year, we set aside our normal Sunday service format, and we invite Don Barnett to come here from Hawaii and lead us in our solar equinox ceremonies. This is one of those Sundays. So today's service will last approximately 2 hours, more or less. Maybe an extra half hour for sharing and such. But so I'm going to do the announcements first. And for anyone who's attending, we do have a koa bowl up here that we'd appreciate any love donations you want to give. And if you're home watching it online, you can find our New Thought website. And that's another way. We have many ways you can donate, and your gifts are very appreciated. We kept the doors open this long, so it's been an effort of all the family. So coming up at the New Thought Center of Hawaii um, from 10 a.m. on, we do have childcare if you make reservations by the Friday before. So make sure you can see that if you want your child to have a nice being taken care of while you're here enjoying our services. So for next Sunday on the 27th is uh, Ke Ua Kea Winston, Astrological Influences for 2022, and individual readings by Lori Callis. Special opportunity from 1 to 3 if you would like that. Oh, I'm sorry, the music is by Lori Callis. And so she does, you can have a reading for 15 minutes for $20 after from 1 to 3. It's a special opportunity next Sunday. And then in April on the 3rd, we've got Greg Villarabia, and his love's presence is everywhere. And we have music by Kamana Lighthawk. And then on the 4th, we have Adriana Atino, 3 Masterful Ways to Expand Your Experiences of Life. And music is by Mahina and Christina. So we've got a nice future coming here. And for our new monthly events, we will be doing the Crystal Bowl meditations again starting April 3rd from 8:30 to 9 a.m. And then the last Sunday of the month, we have produce giveaway after service, and that starts next week. Though we already do have some goodies here. Thank you so much for sharing. And if you have extras, please bring them. And it's so joyful to see everyone so thrilled to be able to enjoy your extra bounty and to share it too. So we do have service opportunities. We could use volunteers for greeters, setups, cleanups, and etc. And we're also going to volunteers for the 50th Jubilee event, which we are going beyond 50 years now, but because of last year, we didn't really get to party. So we'll be doing that. And we have an online auction in the near future. And so we do also need someone if they would like to do the Facebook page for the New Thought Center. That would be wonderful. And if you'd like to volunteer for any of those, please talk to one of the board members, or you can send an email to Spirit of Hawaii at newthoughtcenterofhawaii.com. You can also click reply to your weekly newsletter. And if you'd like to be on our mailing list, you can sign up here or on our e-letter. And our website is www.newthoughtcenterofhawaii.com. All right. So now I get the honor of introducing Don Barnett, who's been doing these wonderful ceremonies for 27 years here. And that's pretty amazing. And we're really blessed and so, so honored to have her come. And so she studied with for 2 years at the Shamanic Foundation training with Angela Arian, and author of the Fourfold Way, which is a wonderful book, and it has all these wonderful teachings that she is um, shares with us also. And she did drum making with Ellen Fishburne, and she trained in hypnotherapy with David Quigley and Yukua Hasagawa, and the ceremonial practice of the author, teacher, and ceremonious Sedona Cahill. Don studied with Sedona for several months and also did a 10-day vision quest in Death Valley, California, which we know was quite life changing. So that's just some of her amazing gifts and talents. She has wonderful honey and honeybees that we've got honey here available, and we're so honored to have you here, Dawn. So thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here because coming every 3 months.
Uh-oh, maybe that one up. It's just the hum. There's the honeybee. It was the
Is the bees humming?
Please, save us.
Aloha. Welcome. There we go. Well, just having the opportunity and the discipline to just keep showing up and sharing this work has really been. Oh, okay.
And there's the breath.
Oh, okay. Woo, dude. As I was saying, um, this keeps me on my toes and actually looking at the work and really bringing it into my life more and more. So I just, as much as you all appreciate me, I appreciate you, and just more and more, I appreciate everything in life, which is quite amazing. So we are going into the springtime, and it was today, right? The equinox is actually today, where there's equal day and equal night, and then the days and days get longer and the nights get shorter, and um, So we get to celebrate the new season, the dawn, the beginning, the light, and planting new things and seeing things grow and having more flowers. And of course, on our island, things grow year round, and so it's not quite as much as when you have places that are really cold and wet, and it's winter and all that. But I notice it in the cycles of with my bees that they definitely do better in the springtime and they want to swarm and flourish and grow and make more honey. So we still have a season here. And I like to start by standing up and invoking the directions. So we'll stand and face the east. Oh, great spirits of the East, we call you, we invite you, we humbly invoke your presence here in our sacred circle. Oh, we call on all those qualities of the East, the rising sun, the beginning of the day, the element of air, thought, spirit, manifesting these things into form. Oh, we call on all of the winged creatures, the great eagle that flies high and is able to look down upon our lives to give us that sight of that higher perspective. And the butterfly that teaches us so much about transformation. And the bee that's in community and makes the sweet honey. And that if without the honeybee, we would not live because they pollinate all of our about 65 to 75% of all of our food. So we call on all these winged creatures and all their medicine and their teachings to remind us of those things. And we call on the archetype of the visionary within each of us, that part of us that remembers the face we had before we were born, remembers our original vision, our original dream, our original prayer that as a soul we took in to incarnate onto this planet and to be here at this time. This season is about reminding us of our true nature, who we came here to be, what are our gifts and resources, and how can we more fully develop them and bring them forward into the world that so desperately needs each one of our medicines. Oh, that part of us that's spontaneous and creative and is able to, without any blame or judgment, that's visible in a way that people can hear it and take it into and see if it is in alignment with their truth and explore. We each have our own truths, and then our truths shift and change. And so this is about honoring, reaching for our truth and being able to speak our truth in a good way. Great spirits of the East, the visionary, all the qualities of the East, the element of air, and the winged creatures. We ask for your presence in this circle as we create a container for this ceremony in honor of the changing of the seasons. As we leave the time of the warrior in the winter time and step into this new time of the visionary in the springtime, we call you to be in our circle now. Aho. And making a quarter turn to our right, we face the south. We have a different instrument for each direction. Oh, great spirits of the south, we call you, we invite you. We humbly invoke your presence in this sacred circle as we create this container in honoring of this new season that we're stepping into. And we call on all the qualities in the south, the element of fire. We call on Madame Pele that's right here with us on this island, that we may have assistance in burning away all that no longer serves us on this planet in this new season. And we call on all the desert creatures. The snake that sheds its skin, may we also shed what no longer serves us. The coyote, that's the trickster that helps us to heal in ways that are unexpected. And the small mouse that teaches us to pay attention to what's right in front of us. And the archetype of the healer within each of us, that part of us, that part of us that's able to open our hearts, to allow our hearts to be open, full, clear, and strong. That part of us that's equally able to give love as receive love. That part of us that is able to heal ourselves and heal others. And we also call on that divine child within each of us that is able to see with eyes of wonder, awe, and curiosity. May we bring those qualities into our lives. Hmm. Let us open and receive the guidance from our hearts. We call on Madame Pele, the element of fire, the desert creatures, and the healer within. Please come, be with us now, Aho. And making another quarter turn, we face the west. Oh, great spirits of the west, we call you, we invite you, we humbly invoke your presence in our sacred circle to create a safe and sacred container for this gathering, for this ceremony, for this ritual. In honor of the new season, we call on all the qualities of the west, the element of water, our emotions. Grandmother Ocean, help us to go deep and be fluid and flexible. We call on all the amazing water creatures that are here in Hawaii. We're so lucky to be able to see the whales and the dolphins and the honu and all the amazing fish that are all around us when we go into the ocean. We also call on all the waters on the planet, the lakes and the rivers and the streams, and the blood and the lymph within our own bodies, that we may be reminded about being fluid and flexible in our lives. And we call on the archetype of the inner teacher, that part of us that is able to let go of outcome, being open to any outcome, that's able to be the fair witness and hold the container for others, to have discernment but not judgment. And we call on the ancestors, those who've done the letting go of their bodies, those that have come before us, that they come and join us in this circle. Those that are standing behind us saying, maybe this will be the one that will break the family patterns, that'll break the society patterns that don't serve, the patterns of greed and power over. Let us break those patterns now. And we call on all those energies of the West, Grandmother Ocean, all the ocean and water creatures, also the great bear that teaches us about introspection and hibernation, and about that inner knowing that's in our womb, that body knowing of things like our gut feelings and stuff. Oh, we call on all these qualities of the West, our ancestors. Please come and be with us now. Aho. And lastly, of the directions, we call on spirits of the North. Oh, great spirits of the North, we call you, we invite you, we humbly invoke your presence in the sacred circle here today. Oh, we call on the element of earth that we may stand as the standing people, the trees, deeply rooted in the earth, and yet flexible and moving in the wind and reaching for the heavens and the stars. And we call on all of the four legged creatures that give us so much, the buffalo that has taught us so much about the giveaway, and all of the wolves and the dogs and the sheep and the goats and the cows that give the humanity so much on this planet. We honor all the four leggeds and call their medicine into the circle. And then we call on the archetype of the warrior within each of us, the part of us that's able to show up, choosing to be present in each moment, in this moment, that part of us that's able to understand that yes and no are complete sentences, and that we are able to extend honor and respect to ourselves and others. We're able to bring our medicine forth into the world in a way that empowers others to bring their medicine forward into the world, and is never power over, but a working together, and then a way of bringing out the truth and the light and the power and the medicine in each of us. We call on all these qualities of the north, of the winter time, of the warrior, of the four-leggeds, of our ability to show up and be present and communicate in a good way and be able to take a stand. Please come into our circle now. Oh, and lastly, not lastly, but also with our hands above our heads, oh, great spirit, God, goddess, all that is above, we call you, we invite you. We humbly invoke your presence to come be with us in the circle today as we create this container. Oh, we call on our higher selves, Hmm. all of our higher selves, all the way back through all the lifetimes. We call on all of our guides. We ask that you hmm, help us to be more connected to you, to our source, to all that is, to all the wisdom and all the knowledge from all of our lifetimes. Let all that come pouring through, that it may assist us and guide us in being more of who we are on the planet here today. Great spirits, of all that is above, Grandfather Sky, please come into our circle now. Aho. And putting our hands upon the floor, great grandmother Earth, whose body we walk upon, we call you into the circle. Help us to create this container for this experience. We call you in to remind us to walk gently upon the earth and to remember that we everything came from you, all the abundance and all the beauty and all the love and all the life all comes from Mother Gaia. Ah, hope that we remember to reuse and reduce and recycle and be gentle and love and recognize and see the beauty that's all around us. Great Grandmother Earth, please come into our circle now. Aho. And now, lastly, with our hands upon our hearts, we call on that divine spark within each of us, that part of us that's God in us. May the God in us come forward to the place of the circle to share and honor in this ceremony, honoring the cycle of the seasons, honoring the divinity that's in each of us. Aho. Are we going to do the talking, the sing names? So, pass the talking stick. Are we going to do that, Pasha? Okay. Okay. So what we haven't done for a couple years now because of the situation on the planet, is pass around the talking stick and invite each person to join us by them stating their name and an affirmation. And then we're going to sing their name to them 3 times. So I like to go clockwise, right? So I'm going to hand the stick over your friend. So you're going to just say your name and an affirmation, and then we're going to sing to you. We say, I say, I'm Dawn, a ray of the Great Spirit, but you can say, I'm a child of God or whatever you want. This is Janine, Janine, Janine. And then you can pass the talking stick to the next person. This is Roger, Roger, Roger. This is Stephen, Stephen, Stephen. This is Christina, Christina, Christina. This is Turia, Turia, Turia. This is Liza, Liza, Liza. This is Linda, Linda, Linda. This is Candy, Candy, Candy. This is Talinga, Talinga, Talinga. This is Tasha, Pasha, Pasha. Did you
I
turn
don't
it
know
off?
if I even need a mic. Okay. Oh, there I am. Hello. um, I am Jean. I am a blessed being on the planet, feeling the love and light that we are, and knowing that we are all waking up in divine right timing, and the peace shall prevail on earth.
Oh, oh. This is Jean, Jean, Jean. I am Dawn, a ray of the Great Spirit, and I too agree that it's time for us each to wake up to the bigger truths in our own divine time. This dawn, dawn, dawn. Oh. Mm. Mm. So this is springtime. Yay. Yay. All the seeds that we're planting. We're planting so many seeds in our garden. I went out and bought these crazy big troughs, and we're doing medicine gardens and medicines for viruses and medicines for our immune system. And um, the slugs can't get up those metal walls, and so it's just a way of like protecting our food and using really good soil with worm castings and coconut husks and all this stuff. So the springtime is a beautiful time to plant our seeds, not just the flowering and the medicinal and the food that we need to be growing, because the trucks, are not necessarily going to always be bringing us food, and the ships and the airplanes and the gasoline that's over $5 expected to go to $10 a gallon. So it's time for all of us to grow our own food and to share food and really come into community around sustainability. And here it is, the springtime where the food grows the best. And we are so very, very blessed to live on this island where we can grow food year round. And we have the food that grows best down by the water. And then we could probably grow just about anything because we also have the mountain with the snow and the sides of the mountain. And one late doctor I used to work with, was growing peaches and apples and things that, because she did it at the right level. So this is the time for us to look at what inspires us. I think there's a lot of things that inspire me right now in the world. Um, Gratitude is so important. Making the truth visible in a way that really helps people to grasp the bigger picture, I think is beautiful and challenging in this time. But astrologically, we're stepping into the Aquarian age, and there's a lot about the Piscean age that put us made us slaves, spiritually, emotionally, in all kinds of ways. So it's really a time of looking forward to freedom and also recognizing that we have our birthright. We're human, we were born, and that in itself gives us rights. And I just feel like it's so important that we take a lot of our rights back that corporations and governments want to take away from us, and that if we don't try to take them back, then we'll never get them back. So this time is really about the visionary in us is the part of us that reconnects to what we came here to do. What is our special gifts? Each one of us has our own unique medicine, our own gifts, our own resources, our own challenges, and we're just each individual, unique beings, souls that chose, I believe, to come in and to be alive at this time on the planet, which is a huge time of transformation, and especially right now astrologically as we go through these huge shifts. And it's about the light shining on the darkness and making all of it visible so that we can make choices based on really truth that we're aligned with. So I think it's so vital that we um, spend time in quiet and time in prayer and time in meditation, which are all tools of the visionary. Um, Singing, that we sing really good songs that empower us. And sometimes I listen to the radio and I actually hear the words of songs I've known for 20, 30, 40 years. And I'm like, ooh, that's like terrible words, So, like, it's really important that the songs that we sing are like have good words, and then walking in nature and learning from nature is a tool of the visionary also, and then going doing vision quest, going spending extended amounts of time in nature and really connecting with the nature inside of ourselves by being in the nature. And as she said at the beginning, my vision quest when I was 30 was completely life transforming in every way. And someday when I retire, I'm going to write a book about my life, and it's going to be based on that, what happened to me on that vision quest. But just even going for, an hour out in nature and just really walking and praying and meditating and singing is, really helps us to go back to that, our original purpose. Like, what am I here for? What are my gifts? What is my truth? How can I bring more of my truth forward, more of my creativity? And like an African tribe calls it, like, when we stand in the center of our sacred hoop, then we're being our authentic, genuine self, and creative and manifesting, bringing thoughts and spiritual things into form into the world. And this is our power, our ability to do that. All thoughts create. So, what are our thoughts? And are we listening? Are we listening? And I noticed myself more than ever before. Like, I've been praying every day on my way to work, and I only work 2 days a week, but I pray more and more. And I'm just saying, God, guide me. And then I get these downloads, I get this, you should do this, and I pray especially that I have, because I'm work in labor and delivery, and I've been doing it for almost 40 years. And I love it more than ever because I say, God, send me just the right person, people that I can help the best with my gifts. And so I just keep getting these amazing connections with people where I can just do my best work, one on one with these families as they're getting started, and help women breastfeed. Those first 12 hours are so important, and so many people don't know, even some of my other coworkers and stuff. And it's just like, just put me in the place where I'm the most needed, and do my best work. And then I'm just filled with so much gratitude. And I just was standing at the desk and I said, I'm happy. And these nurses are like looking at me like, what's wrong with you? Or why are you happy? And I was like, I just, I'm praying and my prayers are being answered and it's making me happy. And it's really just a real shift because I had taken off some time from work. I had injured my foot, and I took 10 weeks off, uh, Oc- October through into January, and I was like the best thing ever. But I was thinking, oh, I'm not aligned with what's going on at work. Maybe I should quit, or And then I just started praying more, and I got back to work, and I'm just loving it. And so it's just been a lot of shifting, and I just love this season so much because we just have this opportunity for new growth, for looking at what inspires us, and looking for what really is the truth, because I am totally sure that there's a million lies out there that we have to weed through. I started singing a song, open your eyes and see the lies, open your eyes and see the truth. Well, I just really do have to say that the government, the media, the pharmaceutical companies, the big ag, they're all bought and paid for by one person, by one entity, which is, not one person, but by an entity that's not human. It's corporations. Now corporations rule everything. And so therefore everything you hear is, in my opinion, a lie, unless we look for the truth. So looking for the truth is what's really important at this time. And when we look at things and we're uncomfortable, it's often a mirror for us. So is this a good mirror, or what they call a clear mirror? And that's when you see something really great in someone else and you think maybe you don't have it, but actually they're mirroring what's the good in you. And then sometimes we have these smoky mirrors where people trigger us and we don't like them, but actually they're mirroring back something in ourselves we don't want to look at. And then there's those people that are split mirrors for us, where we um, kind of go back and forth. But all the people in our lives are mirrors and projections of some kind or another, and just always an opportunity. If we find ourselves going, "Rah, rah, rah," we have to just realize we're pointing at one finger out and three back at us, and this is great opportunity for us to actually, look at what we're saying and how that actually applies to us. So, and then there's I like to always go over the negative, or what do we say, the shadow side of the visionary. And that is, well, kind of we have a false self that was created from being a child and just being able to survive our childhoods. And we sort of figured out what works, to keep us safe. But then now we're adults, and we're still doing a lot of those patterns. And that, so trying to dismantle what's false, what's just the codependent me that wants to make everybody, feel good and safe or whatever, isn't necessarily the truth. And so um, we have to notice when we're like editing our thoughts, not really telling the truth, um, rehearsing our emotions, hiding our true self, um, doing what we think others want us to do or think we should do, and not being really willing to tell the truth. um, and often we're doing that because we're in fear. We're in fear of losing somebody's love, or um, their approval, or just as a way to keep the peace. So this is like the shadow side of the visionary part of us. And the resource waiting to be claimed from that is just the opening our eyes to see all the perfection, to see all the beauty, to see all of our gifts, all of our talents and resources, and to really know that everything is in divine timing and there's God in everything. And doesn't mean we don't have to do anything. We have to just keep on asking and keep on being guided. So I think it's a very exciting time, that we're time on the planet and time of the year and season and all the things that are happening in the stars. Um, the other part about the visionary that's a shadow side is about seeing things from a fixed perspective. So this really gives us an opportunity to re-look, rethink about the way we see things. And um, it's kind of about like self-judgment in a way. I would look at a computer screen or whatever, and I think I would do like maybe 98%, 98 great things out of 100, and then I'd make one or two mistakes, and those one or two mistakes would take up the whole screen. Instead of putting it in its rightful place. Like, mistakes are great because we get to learn from them. We're always going to make mistakes. We're never really going to be perfect. So we have to be able to learn from our mistakes and actually know that we just did 98 really great things and made a little mistake over here to learn from. But we're not just a big mistake. And so it's really in, shifting that idea, that mistakes are terrible or that we're a bad person because we make mistakes. We're not. So we're going to do a shamanic journey, and it's for me this time is about us reconnecting with that original purpose. Like, why did our soul decide to incarnate and come into a body at this time? And what is it that's our specific gift? Everybody's got gifts, and they're all different. They're all unique to ourselves. So I'm gonna have everybody lay down. It's nice if the head's face towards the altar, and I'm gonna do a guided portion of the of before we get into just the journey part of it. And have you guys? Has everybody here journeyed before? You guys have, and yeah, Roger too. All you too. Okay, good. So I'm still going to sort of just do a little brief overview. The idea that I understand is that we live in the middle world, and then there's an upper world and a lower world. And in the upper world, our guides, and they could be Jesus or Buddha or goddess or God or our own higher self or Superman or woman or it could be anybody, any being of light that's up in this upper world. And the idea is that you actually journey or travel from the middle world up in some way, and it can be on the back of a bird or a helicopter or an elevator or a plane or whatever, and then you get to a like almost a membrane, and you pop through, and you're on a upper world landscape to connect with a guide. So you kind of ask, please show up and give me some wisdom or get guidance. And then when they do show up, whoever, you kind of ask them, are you my guide? And then if you go to the lower world, it's like there's a hole or an opening in the ground or cave or something, and you journey for a bit through the darkness, through the ground, and then there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and you come out into a lower world landscape, and that's what's believed of where our animal guides hang out. And my understanding is that we all have one main power animal that could change if we have a near death experience. But for our whole lives, we have one main one. And then we have many allies that may come and go at different times in our lives. And so I like to have us, think of like the question that we have about like, how can I, like, what are my great gifts? Like, how can I bring that more into what I do every day um, in my life? And then you were asking for guidance. And so I'm going to do a guided portion for a little while I talk and drum, and then I'll stop talking and just drum for a while, and then I'll change the beat and say it's time to return, and then call you back, do a really fast beat for a minute or two. And then we'll have the opportunity to take some silence and write it down, and then we'll do some sharing. Does anybody have any questions? Okay. So we'll ask that everybody lies down. I think we brought out a bag with some blankets or whatever if people want. don't think I want to walk around, but I. Oops. All right, so everybody get comfortable. Is this back on? Is this on? Okay. Okay. So everybody get into a comfortable position lying down. Feel completely supported by the pillows and mats that are beneath you. So I invite you to just take, 3 really big, slow, deep breaths into your belly. Just fill up your lungs and feel your belly moving up. And I invite you to drop a grounding cord from the base of your spine. Let it be as wide as your body is. And just imagine it going down through the pillows and down through the floor, and then down through the floor beneath this one, and down into the foundation of the building you're in, down into rock and earth and lava and caves and crystals and water. Sorry, scared me. And I invite you to drop grounding cords from the bottoms of your feet that are also like the roots of the tree growing down through the floor, down into the foundation and the dirt. And again, as it grows like the roots of the tree down through the earth, through rock and lava and water and caves, down to a beautiful, pristine part of Mother Earth. Just imagine that when you can take a deep breath and you can pull that earth energy all the way up the cords, up into the bottoms of your feet, and just allow it to move up into your ankles and your calves and your shins, your knees, your thighs, up into your pelvis, up into your belly and your chest. And just feel this earth energy just coming all the way up into your body, coming into your heart and down your arms and out your hands, and then up into your neck and throat and all the way up into your head. Just feel totally connected to the earth energies in your body. And imagine that you can pull a plug like in a bathtub, and any dis-ease or disharmony or discomfort or any tension in your body can just be released down that grounding cord at the base of your spine, all the way down to the center of the earth where Grandmother Earth can transform it for you. So just letting your breath take all that away, feeling yourself completely supported, grounded, aligned. And I invite you to imagine a star, a bright star that was born when you were born, that's beaming down the golden light that enters the top of your head and goes down on either side of your spine. And when it reaches your root chakra, the base of your spine, half of it goes down the grounding cord to the earth, and the other half comes up the middle of your body in front of your spine and comes out the top of your head and fountains around your body. Just imagine that you can mix this energy from the heavens and this energy from the earth in your body, feeling completely in alignment. This one here. Okay. Should we put this up a little? Oops. Sorry, you guys. There you go. Sorry for the interruption. Just breathing deeply, feeling that connection with the heavens and with the earth. I invite you to imagine a bubble of light around your body. Notice what color it is. And just allow this be with you as a protection as you prepare to leave your body for this journey to the upper or the lower world with your question in your heart about bringing more of your true, authentic self into the world with your true gifts and power in a way that inspires others to do the same. And then I invite you to imagine that you're walking on a path in nature. Perhaps it's a path you've been on many times in meditations or in your mundane life. And noticing how narrow or how wide the path is. Noticing what's growing on either side of the path. Noticing what time of day it is and how the sun and the wind feel against your skin. And looking down, notice what you're wearing, what's on your feet, if anything. And then looking ahead on the path, coming to a little curve in the path. And as you come around that curve, up ahead, notice a beautiful, amazing tree. And as you get closer to the tree, this is a very special sacred tree. And next to it is a small spring, a little stream of water, and there's a big flat rock. And on this rock, near this beautiful tree, is a little gift for you for this journey. Just pick it up and put it in your pouch or in your pocket or hold on to it, noticing what it is. And with this special place, which is a departure point for journeys, just call in a male ancestor on your right and notice who's showing up. Call in a female ancestor on your left and notice who shows up. And call an animal guide or ally or power animal to show up in front of you, noticing who's showing up. And then with your question in your heart, just allowing the beat of the drum to take you to the upper or the lower world to connect with guidance and wisdom about your special gifts and how to bring them forward into the earth more than ever before. Taking some deep breaths, moving your hands and your feet, and breathing deeply into your belly, knowing that you'll be able to remember everything that you need to remember from this journey and bring it back into the middle world. But yeah, we're going to hand out some paper and pencils, and there is two different papers, so just whichever one you get, and it has some of the teachings on it. And but you're not supposed to read them now, but they're there for you to take home and then just write on the back anything that you want to write about your journey. And we'll just take about 5 minutes to give everyone the chance to just write down anything that they received, whether it was in feelings or words or colors or sensations. Another minute to finish up. And when you're ready, gonna come back into our circle a little bit. And I actually wanted to read something. I almost done. Um, came across these beautiful new cards called Earth Warrior Oracles. I think you can get them on Amazon. Earth War, and then I picked a card for the season and today, and I got this one, number 19, Chakana, time to cross the threshold, and I thought it was really perfect for this equinox. So I'm just want to read that, and then we're gonna pass around the talking stick and have people share um, anything that they feel moved to share about their journey. Chakana, number 19, time to cross the threshold. A threshold appears, bringing an ending so complete that it is no longer possible to return to what has been. I think we're kind of at that spot, right? The light of the stars is your faithful guide into this new world. As you trust in your divine connection, deconstructed forms shall reshape themselves into relevant, helpful, and beautiful new ways of living, thriving, and expressing your true self. Trust in your strangest ideas, in that which is different, inspired, or unconventional. This crossing is healing and furthers the activation of your divine potential. Change is afoot. You won't feel in control of the process. Trust in what is new, different, or exciting to you. Don't assume that unless all things happen easily that you must be on the wrong path. You are on the correct path even if the birthing pains to fulfill it are challenging. You are guided to reject societal norms about how you're supposed to live or what sort of things you're supposed to value. Instead, trust your own values and believe in the truths that you feel within your own heart. In time, the world will be ready to recognize and benefit from your spiritual growth. The universe is helping you in all ways, including through correct timing. At the right moment, you will leave the past behind, enter the fullness of the present, and open to the brightness of your future. I felt these cards, every time I pulled them, they're just so powerful. So it's just written so beautifully. And I really feel like we're on the precipice of a lot of changes and with our new season. Okay, for more personal for us. Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Um, hello? Will you turn on her mic, Stephen? So I guess for all of those at home, we're going to stand and hold hands with whoever we're with and just sing a song and release the directions. And then those of us that are here will share more privately.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're going to pretend we're holding hands. May each and every
every
day.
day.
May
May
we
we
walk
walk
in
in
beauty
beauty
in
in
a sacred
sacred way.
way. May
May
we
we
walk
walk
in
in
beauty
beauty
each
each
and
and
every
every
day.
day.
May
May
the
the
beauty
beauty
of
of
the
the fire
fire
lift
lift our
our
spirits
spirits
higher.
higher.
May
May
the
the
beauty
beauty
of
of
the
the
earth
earth
fill
fill
our
our
hearts
hearts